morning. How we doing today? And in another episode of the Support Small Business Support Network. And I'm here with Ken and the owners of Water to Richmond East. How you doing today? How you doing, Ken?
I'm doing great. I mean, the weather is like my kind of weather. It's beautiful. 10 degrees lower, I'll be better. But it's just how I am. But I love the weather. It's perfect. I love being here at this location and with my friends Adele and Eddie. I'm looking forward to sharing what they have done, what they've learned, and also what they do in general. Because I'm actually a client. That's how I met them. So I'm looking forward to finding out, to just sharing what they do and why I actually spend a decent amount of money on their water every month. That's all we drink. So thank you for joining in, and hopefully y'all get some value out of this.
Oh yeah, I'm excited, man. This is what, the
third one.
Third one.
I think we're getting a little, everyone's a little different, a little better, we hope. And like we always say, the goal of this page, if this is the first time you're tuning in, is to share some local businesses who we care about, but also give valuable advice to other potential people who may want to have a small business themselves. And maybe some of the things that Adele and Eddie have learned through their building their business can help. So we're here for y'all at 100%. This is not a paid thing. This is something we do to help, really everyone that wants a small business, because we all need a support system. And that's what the Small Business Support Network is designed to do. So we'll get into it, or?
Yeah, man, I'm grateful. Like I said, I was here last week, right?
Yes.
Last week I got here, got the tour, got 2 times. His wife gave me the tour and everything. Then he came in late. Nah, just late. he was doing his work.
He's probably delivering water to me.
Yeah, he was delivering water. Hey, delivering water.
Thank you for covering me. Thank you.
Yeah. And then he gave me the tour again, and I was like, that's good, because sometimes you don't get it at the first time. You gotta get it continually until you get it. Oh, okay. And they show you the tanks and everything. I know you're not able to see it today, but we're gonna
have a video. I think we're gonna shoot one and put that up, because it's about 4 or 5 minutes of why their water is. I mean, it's crazy. You think you just pour water, and it's amazing what they do. And I would tell you, I can tell the difference from drinking it for the last probably 5 months. I think it's all we do. So anyway, Adele,
yes.
Eddie, thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Tell us a little story, a little bit about you both and why you started, why you joined this, because y'all were retired or something, or about to retire, right?
Just about, yeah. So this is how it happened. Our house flooded in Harvey, and I saw that nasty brown sewage sludge in the entire house, which we had to gut and redo. And I told Eddie, before we moved back in, there's no way that I want to drink that water, shower in it, cook with it. We need to do something with this house. So we put the Alkaline and full water house system on the home before we moved in. So then we're getting close to retirement, and I didn't want to just sit around, eating bonbons. So we both decided that we would retire, and so here we are. And I'm just really, really grateful. We opened the store, and then COVID hit, and it was a little bit of a rough start. But
so tell us, so now you open this store. So,
yeah.
But first, you had to find a store. You had to kind of do all the logistics. I'm sure y'all have done this before. You have a lot of experience, right? So
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
My experience was working in for the last 5 years at the company I worked for, working in the property management office. So I started learning a little bit about leases and what kind of goes into them, and I knew that they had to be scrubbed. They had to be looked at really, really close, because you can get in big trouble if you sign a lease not knowing exactly what's in it. So I was very fortunate. The boss I had at that time had been, doing leases probably for 38 years. So he took my lease and he looked at it and he said, you don't want this, you want this, scratch that. And so I was very grateful. Another store owner wasn't so fortunate. They were so excited to get their location, they just signed the lease. And then when they got there, it was like, oh my gosh, they were responsible for everything, all the repairs. It was an older building, and they had to replace all the air conditioning, the plumbing, and it was very, very expensive lighting, and it was on their dime. So that is one thing I can say, watch and look at your lease.
Look, we're already just starting. She already given us tips. That's awesome. So look at your lease wholly and completely before you sign on the dotted line. And if you don't have a resource, reach out to us. We have resources we can refer you to, and we'll probably have one of them on the show at some point talking about how they can help and give some tips on that. So that's a great tip too. Eddie, you're your knowledge of water is, I don't know if you remind me of Water Boy. I don't know if I can say that without getting told, but it's your high quality H2O. Because when I first met you, we were just looking. We referred to you from one of our relatives that they buy water from you. Like, okay, we'll come by, and we're not very close. So this is not, this is still in Fort Bend, but we're about 30 minutes away. There's a lot of water places on the way. But we came in here, and I'm like, well, tell me. And the first thing you did was just open both invite us and say, let me show you what we got here. Let me show you why we are who we are and why, you should probably use us as customers, or as a business anyway. And I was very impressed with that. So I just wanted to, where did you get the passion? Is this something that you kind of like got in here and just jumped into? And why, once again, I know that the idea of water, but why this brand, I guess this type of water?
Well, the story kind of dovetails off what Adele was saying. After Harvey, we went to a farmer's market on 99 near Kingsland Boulevard. Went there to buy some fresh produce. Met a young lady that was selling oddities, and we just struck up a conversation. And it turned to health and well-being. And she asked us she was telling us about what she does. We were telling her about what we do health-wise. And, oh my gosh, you guys are really in great shape. You must drink alkaline water. And Adele and I looked at each other and looked at her and went, what's that? Because I honestly didn't have a clue what alkaline water was. And she started explaining it to us. I asked her where I could find some of this. She directed us to a WaterTree store that was already established in Katy. And I went in there and I met the gentleman that owned it, Anwar, and he started explaining it to us. Well, at that time, I was still over-the-road truck driver. So at night, instead of watching Netflix and, stupid stuff, I went on YouTube and I started doing some research about this water, about this business, about this opportunity, the benefits of alkaline water, the pros and cons. And I kept on coming back. I'd schedule my time off the road to come back to Houston in order to make these business meetings. And I had scheduled my time off. And when I would go there, I didn't own a store at the time. And the vice president of the company approached me one day and asked me, these meetings are for business owners. And I went, yeah. And she said, you're not a business owner. And I said, no, not yet, but I plan on being one. And she said, well, why don't you have a seat right here then? And so that's how we basically got into the business. I sold the rig. Adele retired. We took our money and put it together, did due diligence. It's really important. Location, and doing lots of homework. Opening up a small business, there's lots of due diligence that needs to be done. If not, you end up paying for it in the long run. So long story short, that's how we got here. And we're real grateful because the water is great. Everybody starts a business, of course, to make money. But depending on what business you're in, you want to be able to educate people behind your business and what it is that you offer them. And we strive very hard to educate people about what it is that they're putting in their body. And we're just going to continue down that path.
Fantastic. And that's awesome. Do you mind give us a Cliff Note version of, you've got some cool waters up here. The alkaline, this is actually the stuff I call it the highest quality 9 point to 10.5 pH balances, which is what I recommend. Anyway,
I'm going to pause you for a little bit.
Yes.
I'm going to see because the camera is not looking at us. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
so we're black. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go check it out.
Okay.
I know y'all can still hear us, guys. So
okay,
we're
give
still
us
on.
a second.
Just give us a second. Yes.
Video interrupt us.
Yes.
Yes. And hey, it's live. Everything happens for a reason. Good thing I caught it. I was like, what's going on?
Ken, what were you asking me then?
Well, what I want to do is kind of give us a Cliff Note version of this water.
Okay,
opposed to the difference between the two.
Well, okay.
Or just the alkaline. And then I was going to go, why magnesium water? We started drinking it recently. So whoever.
Go get that list.
I'm sorry?
The benefits.
And then this, and then this new brand that you're starting to carry.
Right. Well,
so that's what I'm going to ask on that. Oh, we're still listening to us. Are you good?
Oh, there we are. We're live again. I can see it.
see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I don't think you have to go into all of it.
Jesus, master videographer, or no, video
So he's going to
photographer.
walk through some of the different waters that we have that he carries here that y'all all heard me talk about.
Okay, well, starting over here, I guess it would be on your right or left, my right. And now it's in Ken's hands. It's the premium water, 9.5 to 10.5 pH. pH potential of hydrogen, that's the water. The difference between the one next to it, which is the classic water, is 8.5 to 9.5, is the amount of mineral content in it.
Does there, because I always purchase this one
Right?
for my mental, I don't know why, but I know that the more pH is better, is healthier, I guess.
Yes.
Is that what it really boils down to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just a different amount of antioxidant that's in the water based on the pH level with the ceramic conversion filters that it travels through, passes through.
And we all know that antibiotics are fantastic for us, so we need as many as we can get. So perfect. Okay, cool.
Yep, antioxidants, they pull free radicals from your body. Now I've had people tell me that you can overdose on antioxidants. I don't know that that's a true statement. I'm not a doctor, but I've been drinking this water for a long time. And when I spent last year in the hospital battling 3 cancers, this is the only water I drank, and the doctors thought it was okay by me. So I'm trying to quell that idea that you can have too much alkalinity in your body.
Awesome. Now, this is something that magnesium water is kind of new to me. My wife and I started drinking it. And about 3 months ago, we kind of just do like an 8-ounce glass every day. So we get about a gallon. But tell me a little more about the magnesium. Honestly, with her, we started taking it because I was heard or read it helps with headaches and anxieties. So it helps. Actually, it has helped her with her headaches. This is not medical recommendation.
Nope.
I'm just saying that from our experience, this is helping. But tell me more about magnesium water and why it would help, if you don't mind.
I think that all of us are deficient in magnesium just because of our diet and the food chain and everything. And I used to get severe feet cramps and leg cramps. I mean, it would wake me up and I'd be out of bed just stomping around trying to get rid of that cramp. Since I've been drinking the magnesium water, no more. I'm not getting them. And to me, that speaks volumes because it's not fun jumping out of bed. So we have a couple different, you usually get the one that has 500 milligrams.
Yeah.
It's a little more potent and it's pretty strong. This one has 133 and it's easier to drink.
I would say because you can taste a little bit of it. And we're that's why I only drink a little bit, but okay, good. So you have different levels. That's perfect.
But it's a really good water.
Fantastic. Now, is this just another alkaline?
Yes, it
different
is,
brand.
And what's amazing about this is that they pull this water. This particular water comes from the Arctic, and you can see what does that say on there, Ken?
Well, I don't have my glasses. So,
how deep is that water?
1,984 feet.
That up from north of the Atlantic Sea. They process this water, pull out all of the salt, of course, from it. And I'm gonna put my cheaters on too. And with this particular water, there's additional magnesium, calcium, and potassium naturally in this water.
I may have to get that next time. So that's kind of like a combination of a multiple.
Yes,
okay.
And this is
this is something you haven't had in a while, have you? Because I haven't seen this.
No, we've had it for a couple months now.
Well, y'all keep delivering stuff to me. That's one thing I will mention that they actually do home delivery, which is fantastic. So every 2-3 weeks, he'll bring me my 4 or 5 gallon. I got 2 in the back. I'm getting filled right now. So they do home delivery, business delivery. So I don't get to come here very often, which is why I'm glad I'm here. So that's good. I'll have to get that next time. Very good.
It's a good water. It's a very good water. And then the last one that we have here, we've just brought this in. This is a hemp water. It's THC free. So if you're,
I'm not going to get the good. No, so not that kind of good water.
No balls.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
You got to go see Tony down the street for that. So we're not going there. But there's no artificial flavor, no THC, no preservatives, gluten, dairy. It's purified water. There's no sugar in it. It's no GMOs and it's vegan friendly. So we've had people, when we sell this water to people, we've had them come back and tell us that they find that they sleep better. They feel more relaxed when they drink it. They've given it to their pets and they notice that hyper animal is not so hyper.
What? So I see it says pet friendly, and that's
yes. So
my dog could use this. He's a crazy dog. So I didn't know we had that. I'm going to have to buy gallons of this then too.
So
Awesome.
what we do is when the products that we sell to folks, we ask them to come back and tell us the results that they see, what benefit, or what deficit. We want to know the positive and the negative as well. You can only build a business on both, in my opinion. You have to know what's bad and what's good. And honest feedback from people is the best way, I think, to go forward.
Oh, 100%.
So if somebody comes in and says, well, this particular water is not any good, we find out why. We kind of track who is saying that, and then we'll go back to our source and let them know. We've discontinued one of the brands that we were carrying here at one point in time. We didn't feel it was up to par. So
and that's what's very important too. We always talk about businesses as a marketing agency. We try to partner with businesses that are the top brands. So you have to have 4-point review, or you have to have the best experience, and that's what's important. A lot of small businesses sometimes lose track of the small stuff in the customer experience, and they wonder why they're not getting customers coming back. Was because if you wouldn't have done that water that you kept selling, eventually people are like, well, that's all the water I buy. I don't like it. So you lose business. So I love that you pay attention to the details. And I also love the fact that you're not just water, that you actually have kind of branded out a little bit. And it's really anything healthy or like almost holistic, I guess, that can help you. That's not, no medical claims, but what's another top seller that you find is helping out? I know that on their Facebook page, which we'll share that, they do post-law stuff like that. What's one of the next things besides water that people are really liking right now?
Okay, so we sell Tiger Beach sea moss, and we've tried other sea mosses, and there's just no comparison. We bought a few, and I said, Eddie, we're not selling this in the store. We'll take them home. We use them. We paid for them, but this has the best. It's Tiger Beach sea moss. It has bladder wax sea moss as well in it, so it's like a double punch.
And I don't know what sea moss. Why?
One of the things it's really done for me is it helps remove mucus from your body. So if you wake up in the morning and you're just constantly blowing your nose, or your nose is dripping, that has ceased for me.
Okay.
It has a lot of good, I think it helps with blood pressure, helps with your appetite. And
so there's multiple benefits. It's like one of those things. If you take this every day, it kind of helps you a lot of things. Yeah. These are not medical claims.
Exactly. Exactly. And
so they can hear you since you're standing up.
Yeah.
Oops.
Here, sit down.
I can sit down. Okay.
And you use that one.
Yeah, we also carry.
All right, good. Jesus is behind to make sure that all the stuff's working. No technical difficulties. Awesome.
Yeah. And we also carry deodorants that have no aluminum chloride in. What else?
So tell me, why would I want that?
Because they've linked that to cancer
and Alzheimer's disease.
And Alzheimer's, yes. Mm-hmm. So we've been using Eddie's been using that deodorant for years, and I
and
joined.
It works.
Yeah,
you smell good. So
thank you.
I think it works over here
most of the time. No.
So essentially, what y'all have done is you're trying to add other things. When somebody's in here buying water, they have a mindset. Because most people, if they don't, they're going to just buy normal water. And I will say that you're extensive, and you can't mention names and brands, but
sure.
His water, or their water, is being carried at a few retail places like Perfect Lattes, a local place that carries the water, and they actually stopped carrying some of the other brands, some of the bigger brands that you may know or hear of that cost more money. And the thing that was intriguing to me, because there's a whole presentation he can give about the water and the differences, but can you sum up? Why would someone, all the big brands that people know about that we can't mention, the difference between yours and theirs, what is like the main difference, if there is one or two main differences?
Well, acidity level would be number one. Some of the brand names, they're very acidic waters. We have charts like the one that's right above us that show the different amounts of acidity through the pH as well. And the benefit itself. You're talking about reverse ceramic conversion. So now you're getting minerals that are put back into the water. There's other waters out there that are reverse osmosis, but depending on the way it's processed through electrolysis, the mineral content dissipates over a period of time because it's not natural. There's a science behind all of it. So if you're going to spend the money on a good water, this is the one that you're looking at. and we can test the water that you purchase. You bring it in, and we'll show you what it's all about.
Really? So I can bring in some water that I maybe have for my faucet or for my filter system that I have, and you can kind of tell me where it's at and how healthy it is.
Yes, and it'll probably scare you.
Every municipality and mud district allows certain things in your water that shouldn't be there. Certain levels of chlorine, chloramine,
Arsenic.
Yeah, that
Wow.
just really blows my mind. So
there's a you can have this much arsenic.
it's
and
acceptable.
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the
Okay.
government says that at this point, at this level, it's acceptable. But the website refers you back to a national
National.
database that gives you the statistics from coast to coast of what is in your water that you're drinking and what level it exceeds. The government issue says that it's okay. It's staggering what they say
Wow.
is okay for you to drink.
Well, I can imagine the system that you have that we'll share later in the filter system isn't cheap. So I can imagine municipalities trying to do that on a larger scale just cost prohibitive. It probably wouldn't make sense. Again, you're leveraging your health for the
Yeah.
government's pennies that they're saving.
There's times when I'm at the sink where the water's not filtered, the wash sink, I can smell the chlorine heavier some days than others. So it just depends how they're hitting the water and what they have to do at that particular
Wow.
part of the month. Yeah.
Yeah, because the cities and the municipalities, they do water testing on a regular basis. And depending on what's in it that particular day, they dump that much more
To offset it or
yes,
something, yeah.
exactly.
Wow.
And that's what's going into your body. That's what you're giving your kids. That's what you're cooking with. That's what you're making tea and coffee with.
So let me ask you a couple things. I know that you sell water bottles, which we show here. I know that you sell 5-gallon jugs, which I get at my house, and you have a little pump that I bought from y'all that I can put in it. That's how I do my water. But you also do commercial stuff. Is that correct too? And you also do home filter stuff. What else besides just walking and buying water can you offer businesses or individuals?
Well, we have a ceramic version system that we can sell to you for your house or business. It's a 2-stage filter, if you will. One of them, we have a poster in the back. I guess we can show that later on. That does the whole house. It's going to filtrate the whole house water that comes into your home. It's going to cut down a great deal amount of byproduct from coming into the house. And then underneath the sink, we have a system that mounts up under the sink, has a separate tap from the city water, which is purified at this stage. But then it goes through the ceramic conversion system, and that water that you're going to be drinking out of that under the counter system is going to be anywhere between 8.5 and 9.5.
Wow.
You
have the ability to make my sink water alkaline water.
Exactly. And
Wow.
by changing out the different filters that are in it, we can get it all the way up to a 10.5 water. And we can even make it so that you get hydrogen water coming out of the tap at your sink.
Wow.
Hydrogen water has the smallest molecules that are in it. The microclusters are so small that the hydrogen can penetrate your blood-brain barrier, right? And what hydrogen does is an antioxidant, so it's removing free radicals from your body. So I like to kid around with people and tell them that when you drink this hydrogen water, you're getting brainwashed. Because that's what it's doing. It's literally pulling the toxins from your body.
You wouldn't, and we all know water's important. It's like 85% of our body,
More,
something like that.
Yeah.
You're the expert. So, but knowing what type of water and what kind of levels of water, and also what different types of things you can, magnesium and other things like that. It's easier drinking water than it is. A lot of people have a hard time taking tablets or pills or things like that. So water is a great resource to put inside your body at all times. Do y'all have something for businesses? Like, can they buy like a stand and have it in their office? Do y'all do that kind of stuff?
Well, we don't carry the water coolers for the simple fact is that you can buy them at a big box store, less than what we can sell them for. If you're, my recommendation always is to buy one that's self-cleaning because there can be a bacteria buildup if you're not staying on top of it. We do have USB pumps. It's a small pump that fits anywhere between 2 and 5 gallon jug, and no batteries involved. It charges like your phone off a USB port.
That's one we have that. So
and they're great.
So you can see that's what makes. So I can just get a 5 gallon, put it on in the break room and have it there, and that way at least it's clean, filtered water.
Yep.
And hopefully my employees work faster, right?
Well, we sell. Yeah.
Maybe,
Well, they're
if you
getting
can
a
do
better.
that, I think you can,
Well,
make
we
a
sell
big
to some
business.
businesses. We sell to. Are we allowed to name names?
If you have a business that doesn't mind.
Yeah, we. I don't think they will. Quick, quack car wash. And I want you to say that 3 times really fast. Go ahead,
Quick.
Chuck.
Quick, quick.
Oh, the one, the duck.
Yeah,
Right?
quick,
Quick
quack
quack.
car
So it
wash.
actually is quack car wash. Okay, I thought you just mispronounced it. So it is quick. Okay, so they
So,
use that. Perfect.
Absolutely. And the gentleman that came into the store, he first purchased the water for his family and home, and after that, we he decided that he wanted to do the business, have us do business with him in the store. Hi, folks. Welcome.
Hey, we're just doing a little podcast here. So we have customers coming in. So Adele's going to take care of them.
Hello. So yeah, we do businesses.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we do deliver. Depending on where you live, there's a minimum fee, and then if you exceed X amount of miles, well, of course, with the price of fuel these days.
Yeah. But you offer it, so y'all can come in, check out the store, and I recommend everyone come. I think we're going to do something. I think we're going to. We want to also always encourage sharing and commenting and post, of this video. So where you watch it now, or when you share it, we usually share it the same day, the next day, then we'll share it again. So if you see this anywhere out there, make a comment, say something like, just make a kind of water or something like that, and then share this with your own personal page. And we're going to kind of pull some names. What are you going to do for them?
Well, if you share this with your friends and we see it, come on in and we'll give you some water to take home.
Perfect. So we'll give you a little water bottle to try out and see how it is, and so we want to get you. I will tell you that when you first drink it, you're going to realize the difference. And I will tell you that from this point forward, I cannot drink normal water because I can tell it's just, and I have filter systems, but even normal bottled water tastes different than this bottled water. So definitely, when you get accustomed to it, you'll have a customer for life. Because that's what happens. You'll be a customer for life when that happens. To wrap stuff up, is there any kind of like tidbits for a small business? I'm someone out there who wants maybe to look at opening a business up. What kind of tips or advice would you give to someone out there, besides obviously due diligence and researching a product? I know that recently I gave you some Facebook tips that helps social media, some other tips. What other, what kind of stuff do you see that helps that you recommend other people do?
Well, if you were whatever business that you're venturing into, I would find somebody an attorney that knows leasing contracts, that's familiar with that, because there's so much. I mean, you're talking about application that's that thick of paperwork that most people, and it's all in legalese, so it's really difficult to read and understand that. So that would be one of the things I would suggest. The other thing is that I would find a reputable realtor to help you find what it is that you're looking for. Adele and I ended up doing all of that work by ourselves, not knowing any better. The leasing part, like Adele said earlier, we were very fortunate that her boss was able to help us with that. But location is key. And on the internet, there's different realtor companies that can give you demographics. And demographics is important for bottom line. So that would be another thing that I would recommend. And then the third thing is that you have to find a product or a business model that you're very passionate about. You're going to be spending a lot of time doing whatever it is that you're doing. And if you don't have the passion to be on top of it, success rate isn't going to be as great as you want it to be.
Very good. I know that I'm going to give a tip that I gave Eddie about social media. Social media has to be a constant thing. It's something that, in our reality, you're supposed to, the way Facebook is working now, you need to be posting at least like every day, if not twice a day. That's what you need to do. And it's a lot of work. And you also need to post stuff that's not just, always business stuff. But one of the best things you can do is when you have a business like this that has multiple products, do short little clips of your video. So if you have a coffee shop, do short little clips of the different coffees that you make. But you have a brand, short little Facebook clips about the new product you have, put it on Facebook, because not only you're going to showcase your products, but you're also going to work towards Facebook's algorithm that says, okay, this business is always active, so they're always going to be shown more often. Because what Facebook works, if you're not active, your page, if you have 1,000 followers, and if you're only posting once a month, no one's going to see you, first of all. But secondly, Facebook isn't going to put your page in front of them as often as well. So you want to make sure you're always being active as you can. And I know that that's something that Eddie has started doing.
Yes.
And I think you've had some good response to that so far, haven't you?
Yes, I have. As a matter of fact, well, first of all, let me tell you, if you need help with that, this is your man. Because the tips and the advice that he's given us has been just fantastic. Yesterday, I had a gentleman call me from Austin, Texas. We live where our business is located in Richmond. It's a couple hours away. And he called me up, and the first thing after we discussed what it was that he was looking for, which was home delivery to his mother in Richmond, I asked him point blank, how did you find us? And he said, on Facebook through Google, right? So having Ken giving us the advice and the tutelage that he's been doing, it's been great. You need help with this. I'm telling you, this is your guy right here.
Well, we're here to help. And that being said, too, one of the things that we want to make sure you do is Jesus has this really unique smart infomercial type scenario that he can come in and do a short commercial for your business on site, promoting your services. So you have some collateral, which is content that you can put out there. And that's one of the most important things you can do in any marketing or any business period, is to have content. Once you have content, then you can find a way to deliver it out there and share it with the world. But video, podcasting, vlogging, those kind of things are very, very important. And Jesus, obviously, Yearly Media can do that fantastically. That's why we do this, because we want to feature. This is something now that this business, Eddie and Adele, can use. They can feature, they can show it out there, share it out there, and just show what they're trying to do to community. They can share this. And you never know what's going to impact and connect with someone. So always, as a business owner, always try to be creative. And a lot of stuff you can do yourself. Obviously, hiring a professional like Jesus makes more sense. It's easier to have a whole system. But you can shoot a video yourself, put it on Facebook like Eddie has done, and you're going to have success. And that's what it's all about. It's about being consistent. So any parting words about what you...
I wanted to ask you about the 501c3 business that we're partnering with and venturing into.
So something that
Can you expound on that?
Yeah, a couple things we're doing is we're trying to focus on, we're trying to find locally supported nonprofits. So a nonprofit that's in Fort Bend, that started in Fort Bend, that supports Fort Bend. So we're trying to find businesses, nonprofits. So if you're a business owner that has a nonprofit that's near and dear to you, let us know. Put it in a direct message. Reach out to us individually on the direct message, or reach out to us on Facebook. But what we're building is a community that we as business owners can support nonprofits. And in turn, we can grow that nonprofit's exposure, whether it's giving them support with just volunteerism, or giving some marketing support, or doing podcasting, or bringing water to someone, whatever it is that we can do. We're trying to help build this nonprofit community up as much as possible. So if you have a nonprofit that's near and dear to you, please reach out to me personally. I'll set everything up for you. And if you are a business owner that supports a nonprofit, please reach out to me as well. Is there a nonprofit that's near and dear to you that you wanted to do a shout out for?
Yeah, I don't have the card in front of me though. There's several. Had a lady come in here. She represents. Well, can we take a break real quick and let me get the business information so I can?
Yeah. So while he's doing that, there's a couple of nonprofits. Obviously, Jesus's it's All Eyes on You. All Eyes on Them, which is an entrepreneur mentorship for kids, to give them the ability and the support to help them live their dreams of owning their own business. That's one that's powerful out there. And then we have some other ones. We're about to announce some partnerships we're creating with some out there too. So what is the one that you want to mention?
Well, there's a couple here that I have. This is the Busy Bee Wellness Center, and there's their business card there.
So Lisa Garza is the outreach manager at Bee Busy Wellness Center. So they do medical, dental, and mental health, which is right now in COVID times, mental health is extremely important. And I've actually got a couple of nonprofits I'm going to mention on the mental health side. But do you know much about them?
She has access to yet another lady that has multiple 501c3s in Fort Bend as well as Harris County. I know we're looking at.
We'll reach out to Liz, obviously,
Yep.
and find out more about her. And
Yep.
and I think the website is www.m as in Mary, Y as in yellow, B as in boy, W as in wind, and C as in cat.org. So it's mybbwc.org is their website.
Yeah.
So we'll go check them out.
And then this is the Bible Seminary. This is Yami Soto. I think we've reached out to her at one point in time, so there's been some communication. And I just think it's a wonderful idea being able to support 501c3s through small businesses. It's given back to the community, and it helps.
Well, you never know what small action we can do, whether it's me helping them with a website or helping them with social media or doing a flyer for them, or you bringing some water in them or doing some education or giving like a family some water that needs it, or Jesus doing a podcast for them to kind of give them exposure on their upcoming event. Because, these small nonprofits, they need as much help as we can get. And I know they lean on small businesses to support them, and we're trying to support them with our functions instead of just money. So that's what our goal is, to give them our resources and our technology, our talent to help them. So if you have any nonprofit, please reach out to us. We're going to ask that every single time we have a meeting, or every time we do a podcast. So anything you want to wrap up with? I think you're usually closing out, Jesus, but you're behind the camera now. Let's let these fine customers.
Thank you so much for stopping in. We hope you have a wonderful weekend.
You too.
All right, buddy.
Water. Do you mind if I ask you a question? You don't have to come on camera if you want to. How long have you had their water? I do the same thing. I love their alkaline water.
Yeah, the water it just tastes like water.
Which is actually a good comment, because some water doesn't taste like water. Some water tastes like chlorine or other stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So much.
That's a real life testimonial from someone in the back.
That's right.
Jesus, any parting words you want to say?
No, man, this is great. I like everything that he said. I just was, when you were mentioning about the infomercials and stuff, I already had ideas of what I can help. The same thing I'm doing for the whiskey owner. I can do the same thing for you. Boil water instead of whiskey to be water.
Right.
So I'm just listening and just trying to pop in.
Well, we appreciate y'all. This has not been the most efficient one, but
It's live.
Yeah, it's a live scenario. So.
Oh, shout out to Perfect Latte. Great coffee shop on 99. Y'all need to go down there and support Han. She has a wonderful business, and she supports us, so we support her as well.
And that being said, they actually have an event on October 30th, Halloween, from 3 to 6. It's a trick or treat thing. So it's a car show. You can bring your cars in. You can decorate your trunks. And then they'll have candy and costumes. I think live music.
Wait, decorate the trunk?
Yeah, so
like
so it's the trunk of the car, and you have like stuff in there and candy,
like a big mouth or something, teeth and all of that. Wonderful.
So that's coming up, and we'll share that as well. But it's an event on the Perfect Latte page. Definitely go there and check it out. And Perfect Latte has always done something going on, so we appreciate them supporting and carrying their water. So go check. If you don't make a trek out here, go check out Perfect Latte. Get the water from there, sample it, and then come buy the jugs from Eddie. That's what I did.
Clear clean, right?
Oh yeah, and clear cleaning. So clear cleaning.
I want you to look through these windows.
I just made this. Clear cleaning is actually, they're going to be our guest next week, actually.
Well, they were here this morning, and they did a great job on the windows. So thank you very much. That's a big shout out to Parker and Marshall.
Parker and Marshall are the hardest working. I mean, they're out there hustling. If you go to follow them on Facebook, they're amazing. They do window cleaning, power washing, gutter cleaning. They were doing Second Baptist Church there a couple of days ago, and they had this tall ladder up there. I'm like,
Anthony's too.
Yeah. So they're growing. So if you need your home gutter clean, which I probably need that pretty soon, and then windows or just power washing, they do amazing stuff. So they'll be our guest next week, and like I said, the whole goal, if you notice, we're building a community of small businesses to support each other and support the community and support nonprofits. That's all we're trying to do. So any help you can provide for us is fantastic.
And the last shout out would go to Quick Quack Car Wash over on West Airport. Donald, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for letting us come into your place of business. Oh, and by the way, I've taken the delivery van there. Their car wash is second to none. So go check them out.
Awesome.
You did give a shout out to Han at Perfect Latte.
Oh,
didn't you?
of
Yes.
course, yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes, we got Han involved. She is definitely one dear to all of us.
Absolutely. Oh, and make mention of the monthly meeting that's there.
Oh, yeah. So if you're a small business and you're trying to find places to connect with other small businesses to help grow, and I will tell you, I probably 20% of my clients come from this group. It's called the Unbranded Partner Group. It meets at Perfect Latte. Thank you. The second Wednesday of every month, from like 11 to 1 ish, 11 to 12, and go to their page. You'll have more information. We're trying to grow that group because there's about 60 of us that show up almost all the time. I missed it last week. I'm sorry, but it's a very powerful group. And the thing that you're going to love from a business perspective is they're there to help you. They're like, okay, what do you do? How can I help you? Whether I'm a customer or I can share your information to someone that can be a customer. That's what it's about. And in this world, I'm a marketing firm, so you can spend a lot of money with me and get your name out there, which is okay, which we like that. However, you can organically do your own stuff and just show up, be participating, be willing to donate your time, your energy, and your effort and some of your services to help others, and you're going to find your business grow exponentially. So thank you so much for everyone, their time, Adele.
Thank you so much for having us today. It was great. I really enjoyed it. And come and visit.
Please do.
WaterTree,
Don't forget
Richmond.
water, free water, a gallon of water for people who share, make comments, and like these posts that you're going to see from this podcast right here. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jesus.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Ken, peace out.
Can you hit the end button there? I think it's end broadcast. Do you see it?
I see a stop cam.
No, not the canvas. It's like all the way in the corner.
Oh, yeah, I see it. The big red one.
I think you got.
I think you probably figured that out already, but.
Okay.